Hello, gorgeous Librans. Hi, I'm Emma. Welcome to your May 2021 reading. I'm really thrilled to be here with you today. I love Libras. My best friend is a Libra, one of them. She knows who she is. And I know other fantastic, brilliant, beautiful Librans. I'm a real fan of Librans. So I'm really pleased to be here with you. I've been simmering in Libran energy. And I'm going to bring forward the message that I have for Libra for May that I've been, picked up on whilst I was tuned into that energy. And then as we sort of journey through this conversation, I will pick 3 cards to really layer it and texture it and see if there's anything else coming up. And towards the end, we'll have a look at relationship as well. We'll pull 1 card for that. So I've got to tell you, Libra, I've written down something here about your May. And your May, I've got a theme of give yourself to passion. I love this because I know that the Librans that I've experienced, but Libra as I know them to be, and I've been working and connecting with Librans for like over a decade, I know that they are some of the most passionate, caring, feeling human beings on the planet. And yet when it comes to decision making, you guys can be really, discerning and thoughtful and considerate. It's that Libra swing that you guys do. You swing this way and swing that way and just rolling everything over. Now, May is calling for you to take action and to follow those passions. And I feel like we almost want you to surrender to them, give yourselves to them. You are not going to get yourself knotted up in anything particularly toxic here, because we're not talking about, like things that don't feel good. We're not talking about escapism. We're talking about surrendering and giving yourself to those heart callings. I feel like there's going to be a lot of encouragement to not hold yourselves back and to just go for it. But almost of equal importance is to turn away that which does not feel like a passion for you. And that might be that throughout May, you're feeling really like, I don't want to do this job, and I don't want to be go and meet that friend, and I don't want to hang out with these people because they're not giving you that feeling of passion. They're not giving you that feeling of enthusiasm and aliveness. And I feel like you'll notice that you are not really bonded to anything that feels obligatory. Now, this might feel kind of uncomfortable because you guys are so polite, and you can be really kind and say, okay, maybe I'm not particularly excited about this and I don't have a personal investment in it, but I'll do it anyway because somebody asked me to, and that's nice. And as I'm talking to you, I can feel that energy in my throat where I'm having this throat chakra thing. Let me have a sip of coffee. And I can almost feel like Librans are holding themselves going, oh no, I need to refuse. I need to reject. And I don't usually like doing that. I like to be helpful. I like to be kind. I like to be a giver. And I feel like May is saying to you, please give. Give, 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 give. But give to your passions now. Libra, if we look at what you've been able to achieve when your energy has been so shared across the board, I mean, you are a giver. You give to friends, you give to family, you give to work, you give your time, you give your energy, you give your love, you give it across the board. That is what you are, so beautifully generous. If you've been able to achieve all of this great stuff when your energy has been split, I can't begin to imagine what you can achieve when it's directed and it is not diluted and it is really strong towards your passions and dreams and desires. I think you could potentially be absolutely unstoppable here. And that feels deeply exciting to me. I'm almost sitting here going, yes, Libra, about time. Yes, we've all been waiting for you. Put on a show, because it feels like you're being called towards greatness. I feel like there are things happening in your world that have been happening for maybe like the last 6 months to a year that have been validating this, that maybe you've had people vocally telling you you are great. Maybe you've been given awards or recognition, or you've been hearing it a lot, just how powerful and beautiful and brilliant you are. And it feels like this has all been your readying to actually go quite big now and devote yourself to that which feels true for you, feels good to you, feels great to you, so that we can now bring all areas of your life up to very high standards. And I'm so excited about this because I think you will find the moment you choose with your whole heart your passion, it will be that your passion chooses you back. That's what I feel is going to happen. And I think you may be quite shocked. I wanted to say surprised, and I was like, no, I feel like this is a shock. This is like a what is happening moment, that things are working out so beautifully, they're happening so quickly, and that there is this momentum that gathers with the joy of it and with the magic of it, that you might actually end up having whiplash at how quickly things move forward for you, Libra. I just feel like you've got one of the more faster paced Mays. I've done a lot of readings. You know, I think you're like my number 7 that I've done ready for the May readings. And I would say your energy is faster paced. It's bigger. It's really quite an intense energy around you, but it's also really playful and really fun and really exciting. Like something really big is happening. And I feel like the moment you choose your passion chooses you. And now I know that you might be sitting there wondering, well, hold on a minute. I did this before. I tried to give myself to a passion before and it didn't quite go in the direction I planned. You're saying it's going to go to fullness. Why is it going to fullness now? It didn't before. I think it's because you've changed, Libra. You changed and you're different now. If we, you know what it is? Getting it now. Before, yes, you did give yourself to passion. You did. We know that you are somebody that only really gives in that giant way to things that are feeling like a soul calling to you. You know, your biggest parts of you are given to soul callings. But it's that thing I said. In the past, your energy was a little bit split because you are such a giver in this world, and you also had a lot going on in your life that you couldn't give to this volume before. You had other areas of your life that required you, and I feel like these were meaningful. There's no regret here. Do you know, like these are things you had to engage with. These were big meaningful life experiences that you had to engage with, but because you give at such a volume, when you are giving in all these different areas, it's why perhaps some of these dreams couldn't quite get to that fullness. And yeah, that's disappointing. But you know, everyone's disappointed sometimes. It's part of humanity. We all experience it. We're not going to let those disappointments hold us back now, because now things are different and you know it. I feel like you can tell how much has changed. You know how much is different. You know how you are different. And you've got a lot more experience now in choosing your ways and speaking up for yourself. And you know, that throat chakra stuff I was feeling about saying no and about rejecting that which doesn't quite line up with you. And I think you're so well practiced now that now you're ready. Now you're ready to take these things in very big directions, and you're ready to experience them to a fullness. And I think you're going to find May is calling you to action on that. It's time to walk the walk, Libra. Let's follow those things. But no, I'm putting them cards down for a minute. No, Libra, this is really big and really powerful because you do want this. You do want this. And I think what's going to be happening is this feeling gathering in you. It's building and building, that you want this so much that you are not willing to sacrifice yourself to lesser passions, lesser things. You can't. You haven't got time. This is so meaningful that you are being called towards taking your life to this new fullness. And I just feel like you are going to give yourself to it now. And you are so brilliant at being able to give that, like I say, I can't imagine what you're going to give when you surrender to this. when you give yourself to this higher standard of living, to this higher quality of life, to this higher feeling of aliveness. I just think this can be incredible now, and everything has been preparing this for you. It is time. So with that in mind, let's add 3 cards to the conversation. And we've got the Queen of Wands. Love her. That's my card that I consider like my card. I love it. I love Queen of Wands. We've got the 10 of Wands and the Hanged Man. Now, I'm an intuitive reader rather than like a card meaning reader. And when I look at this, I say, right, we're starting to acknowledge now you're becoming. You know, that idea of who you are, how powerful you are, how much you give so generously, and how that can be utilized to now give to you and to give to your life and the creation of your life. And I think there's a lot happening around you in May to develop your confidence, but also reflect back to you the woman you've become, so you can't pretend to be something less, or the man you've become. Yeah, just using Queen of Wands there. Like, you've definitely got throat chakra stuff going on, because I haven't had this like the whole time I've been doing these this morning. So I think you're going to find that the universe isn't going to let you tell a story that minimalizes you. You're going to find that, you know, you are going to be held to your own becoming. You know, like, you will be saying, well, look at who you are, look at what you've lived, look at who you've become. Of course you can do this. Of course this can happen for you. Of course you're able to believe, because you can believe in you. And when everything else is uncertain, you can believe in you. And I feel like as we look, you know, then into the 10 of Wands here, is okay, there's this devotion, this giving over of self to passion. And yes, you don't have all the answers. This is true. You don't know how it's going to go. You don't know how it's going to roll out in a week or a month or in a year. Those answers have to be lived, not anticipated. And that's a hard thing to do when you're going after something that's meaningful. It's easy to take a risk on something you don't really care about. It's harder to do it when it's something that you really, really want. But at the same time, when you really, really want it and you really believe in it, you absolutely know that you're willing to take it the distance, because you're the one doing it. You're the one in this sort of creation mode. It doesn't matter what life throws at you, because you're the one taking it forward. You're the one figuring it out. You're the one creating it. And so you are going boldly where no Libran has been before. You've not been here. You think you have at times. You go, I've done this. No, you haven't. You haven't done this as the person you've become. You haven't done this as the Libra you are today. You haven't done this in this way. And the fun is in the finding out. All the answers that you kind of wish you could have before going in, you're going to discover through the living of it. But there will be the living of it, Libra. And it is happening in very unexpected ways. And that's what I've got with the Hangman there. I think you're about to get everything you want. And I think it's going to be a complete shock and surprise to you that it's actually happening. I think you will be I just see you guys in shock. And I'd love to say it's a surprise, but I actually feel like you're going to feel a bit windswept. Like, whoo, oh my gosh, it's actually happening. Because I think you have tried before and it didn't. And I think it's going to be quite surprising to you, not only how it happens, but the fact it's happening now. I do believe you've cultivated some sort of knowing that this is the right thing for you, and knowing that you're doing something that honors yourself, and you do believe it to be the right path. But the fact it's actually happening now, I feel like the surprises in the timing with a lot of this. The surprises in the, oh, I wasn't expecting that phone call, and oh, I wasn't expecting this to open up, and oh, I wasn't expecting it to be that person that gave it to me and help me bring it forward. I just think you've got a lot of brilliant, almost comical, unexpected moments through May. And so here's the thing. This is already lined up. It's already moving. It's already in the creation process, because all manifestation starts with the feeling and the idea. Anything that has ever been created in this world was created with an idea first, and it was created with a feeling. And so this thought and feeling that has been inside of you for so long has actually been trickling out into life and the universe. And it's only the physical stage of it is the final stage. The energetic power that has burst out across the universe from you, Libra, means that this is already a go-go. This is already happening. It's a given. You're going to go forward with it, and you're going to live it and bring it into some sort of shape and form, and you're going to have the living experience of it, and it's going to be magnificent. But what I love about this is all we need is for you to get on board, basically. Like, like we just need you to be on board with it now. Do you know, like, you give yourself to it and watch how quickly life gives it to you. I don't feel like you're going to have to be doing a lot of hard work. I don't believe you have to play hide and seek with this, or really, you know, feel quite exhausted trying to push it into being. I think it's almost I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to give to it. My becoming is well lined up with this. I'm ready. Let's go. I'm not messing around anymore. There's no more swinging. I've chosen it. And then the universe is going to surprise you with all the other things. Like, that's it. It will just happen. It will just start going bing, 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 bing over a couple of weeks. And so, okay, you know, it may not happen in the next 10 minutes. You know, the moment you say, right, I've chosen it. This is what we're doing. If it hasn't happened in 10 minutes, don't worry. It will happen in the coming days and weeks. I just feel like it's an unstoppable train. So, we are giving yourself to passion this month, Libra. Now, with that in mind, I do not doubt that that also surrenders itself to relationship. So I'm going to pull a card for a relationship. I already know it does. Do you know, like, I already know, like, this is about allowing and giving yourself to the experience of relationship, you know? So if that is you're already in union, then it is about allowing, and it's a passionate union. Let's say this is somebody you really want to be with. Then it's just about giving yourself over to it now, which I feel like you may have already been doing, and just allowing it to take you forward, allowing it to change you, allowing it to transform you, allowing it to be the becoming of you. Give yourself over to the passion that is being experienced. I don't think this is going to be any effort. I feel like you'll be doing it very naturally. And just know that it's okay if this relationship changes you. It's a good thing. And if you're single and on the way, then my advice would be follow the passion. Follow the passion. Don't sacrifice yourself to something just out of politeness. You know, like, oh, I'll date this person. They seem nice. I just, you know, let's not be mean about it. They seem like a good person. They're all right. You know, like, don't do that. There are a lot of things in life that, you know, that are substandard. Love should never be one of them. It should always be follow your heart, follow the passion. And when you follow that passion, don't you notice how much easier it is? Because you're not having to convince yourself into it and convince yourself to go and see them again, or convince yourself that, you know, how you feel about it. Do you know, like, there's no convincing. Follow the passion. But if you are in a relationship and not feeling that passion, it may be that it's a good time to ask yourself why that is. Is it that a lack of passion in other areas of your life is creating a momentum where you can't feel passionate for your person? You know, if other areas of your life are not inflated, it may be that everything's felt a bit flat, and that is having an impact on your relationship. But do know that by inflating all these other areas of your life, like creativity, work, friendship, family, solitude, you may notice that the passion returns to partnership. So, you know, it is about, what does passion mean for you, and where do you feel it? Where do you experience it? That can trickle across the sort of romantic relationship sort of board. You know what I mean? It goes across all of them. Is where do you feel passionate and where do you not? And how is that impacting your relationships right now? I mean, I will pull another card, but I feel like we've nailed it. I mean, like, we got the Magician there. I mean, this is really about how you create passion. Where do you feel it? For me, do you know, where is your passion leading you in relationship? I feel like relationship is not the place to sacrifice yourself. out of politeness. It just isn't. And so it's asking yourself what passion means to you. And it's different for everybody. Passion is very individual. So, you know, it's not about what other people define as passion, Libra. It's about what's passionate for you. And if you are experiencing passion inside your relationship and it's taking lots of form, maybe you're doing a project together that you're both really passionate about, maybe you're creating a family, maybe you're just feeling passionate with one another and living life and you're passionate about life together. If you've got passion in there, then please know that you are safe to give yourself over to the experience for as long as it feels right for you to do so. I feel like focusing on the passion this month will really iron out any of the other creases. But if you are questioning if your relationship is bringing passion for you, if you're in something that doesn't feel like that, now you obviously have the choice to walk away. So that's something, you know, just to roll over, to say, you know, could we be experiencing more aliveness in other ways away from each other? But it could just be that as you inflate those other areas of your life that are really needed, it actually naturally brings passion back into your connection. You know, we need individuality and co-creativeness. You know, all unions require individuality. And we do often find that by inflating passion in the rest of our life, we have so much more to bring to the relationship. So there is question about passion. There is, you know, even the magician really kind of give me that. Do you know, like it's all about passion. What does passion mean for you? What does that look like? How do you feel about it? And how can you continue to create passion inside a relationship this month? And how do the passions from the rest of your life inflate your relationship? It's just a lot of passion themes through May on relationship. Okay, so you've got a very passionate May here, Libra. I am excited for you. I'd love to hear what heart callings you're following, because I just think you're going to be so magical to watch and I want a front row seat. So do let me know. If you want to have a one-to-one with me, you're welcome to book in through my website, and you can also join me on Patreon. Please do. I've got a Patreon community where I'm posting daily readings and weekly videos, a couple of weekly videos, and we're having a lot of fun. So it's brand new. Please come and join, help bring it to life with me. Come and play. And I will be back next month for the June readings. Happy May. See you later. Bye.